I'm speaking to you from the country where the largest basic income pilot is underway, and I'm about to go to Barcelona from Kenya, where a second pilot is underway, which is following a very successful first pilot. And there are actually dozens of basic income pilots in various parts of the world taking place at this moment, or they are completed. And a common set of findings have been produced across the world in different types of country. And the most important is that a basic income, even if very modest level, paid to each individual, paid without conditions, paid regularly each month, as an anchor of a social protection system, as an anchor of an income distribution system, results in improvements in mental health, in physical health, in social attitudes, in the status of women, and increases in work, not decreases, common prejudiced criticism. And I think that the evidence from these various studies and both theoretical and empirical work of other types is pretty strong, that it has strong positive effects. But that's not the justification for a basic income that I want to urge you to consider. The reason for supporting a basic income is ethical, not instrumental. If properly designed, it would reduce poverty, it would reduce inequality, and so on. Instrumentally, it would have a very good effect on the economy. It would work much better as an automatic stabilizer than the quantitative easing that's been used recently. But all of those things are instrumental. The ethical justification is threefold. First, it's a matter of common justice. The income and wealth of all of us is far more due to the efforts and achievements of the many generations before us than anything we do ourselves. And if we allow for the private inheritance of private wealth, an elite, which is a lot of something for nothing, if I may say so, then we should see a basic income as a sort of common dividend, because we don't know whose ancestors contributed more or less to our collective income levels. And a common dividend is a matter of common justice. If you're religious, I'm not, but if you're religious, then you could say that God has given us unequal talents, and a basic income would be a way of compensating those who don't have talents to make money or be brilliant or so on. And I think that's why Pope Francis has come out in support of the basic income. The other matters of justice I've developed in my book, but there are many arguments for saying that this should be a right, not a charity. And the means-tested social security system that has developed in Britain and elsewhere is fundamentally a judgmental system. It's a matter of charity, pity or contempt, punishment or reward. It's a very authoritarian system in prospect. The second justification is that a basic income, even if paid at a very modest level, would enhance three types of freedom. It would enhance libertarian freedom, freedom to choose, the freedom to make decisions, the freedom to say no to exploitative or oppressive relationships, and the freedom to say yes to forms of work and labor that otherwise would not pay enough to be able to be taken. And that first form of justice, first form of freedom, is why Milton Friedman and others on the right came to support it. For me, that's not the most important type of freedom, but it's something we should accept. The second type of freedom that it would enhance is what's called liberal freedom. The freedom to be moral. I can only be moral if I have the capacity to make decisions on what to do and what not to do. Not because some bureaucrat tells me, but because I can actually make a moral decision myself. And the third type of freedom is known as Republican freedom, and that is the freedom to make decisions because I decide to make those decisions, not because Somebody allows me to take a decision. That's why it's so important for women, and it's why all the pilots have shown that women benefit more than men. And the third ethical justification is that a basic income would enhance basic security. Basic security is a human need. We all need to have a sense of basic security. But also the psychologists have taught us that basic security results in an improvement in mental health, of improvement in capacity to make decisions. And what we've found in the course of this pandemic is that basic security is fundamental to giving us a sense of resilience. And the resilience of all of us depends on the resilience of the most vulnerable in society. Today, we are faced with chronic uncertainty, not the sort of beverage-type situations of contingency risks. And in that context, we need to provide a sense of ex-ante basic security. I know that tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, I will be able to feel just enough secure as to be in control of my senses. There are many other justifications, but these three ethical reasons are why I believe we need a basic income as a moral imperative as well as an economic imperative.